Okay, we are live. Probably yes. Okay, then let me switch it. Okay, so yes, we are live anyways. I don't want YouTube to be open right now. Okay, Suprabhat is here. Oh, welcome. If anybody wanna learn TypeScript, then you guys are welcome. To be honest, I'm not really in the mood of teaching anything. I am my whole day is spent staring at a code base that I can't seem to understand, then trying to see the problem, then spend my whole time trying to figure out where the problem lies, then fix some code, then try to push it like GSOC is really damn hard, man. I feel like I have been spending more than 14 to 15 hours a day and I'm really getting burned out. I haven't code today and I just had a class today, so I had to take it. So for now, I will take the class of TypeScript and I guess let's see how much can I teach. Anyways, so for the new peoples who are new to TypeScript, you have to install TypeScript on your computer before starting using it. And you don't know what TypeScript is, then let me tell you that TypeScript is basically a superset of JavaScript. Basically, if this language is JavaScript, then TypeScript basically a superset. I mean, this box TypeScript is basically a language that is a superset of JavaScript, means it has some extra features which JavaScript don't have, and there are features in TypeScript that are very useful for us to manage large code bases. So yes, TypeScript is a language. TypeScript is basically JavaScript with more features. You can say like this. So how you should install TypeScript on your computer? You have to uh, get this command. You have to run this command on your computer. npm install g means globally, that you are installing TypeScript globally on your computer, so you can use TypeScript in any folder you want. So you don't have to install TypeScript in each and every folder of your computer again and again. You just have to install once. So that's why the G, it means globally, and then TypeScript. Or you can also see TSC. Then I go to install as TypeScript is already installed. Let me, I guess my mom is calling, so sit. Hello, hello, hello. हाँ, बोल। खाना खिचड़ी आवाज में अभी तक तो चावल ले लो चावल ने कुछ करो yes everything's fine okay all right so yes so if you install TypeScript, then you have to run this command, and then if you enter, then TypeScript will install as TypeScript is already installed on my computer. uh, is there any problem? Okay, so it says that TypeScript is already installed, so I don't have to, but you won't see this option. You would see like, okay, added one package. If you run this command, I have installed, so it's showing the error, and it would be just fine if you try to install it. Then you have to create a folder, make it any folder, as I have already created one, and open it on VS Code. Oh, I have already created some files, so let me delete them and try to set up everything from the start, so you understand how to set up TypeScript code base on your computer. Oh, uh, mm, all right. So see, first of all, if you really want to use TypeScript, then what you have to do, you have to create a tsconfig.json file in your code base, so you can manage the features of the TypeScript code that you are going to use in this folder. How would you do so? Open the terminal, and type, you have to basically initialize TypeScript in this folder so you can manage the features of TypeScript. How? Run tsc dash dash init. It will initialize TypeScript, or it will create a tsconfig.json file in this folder. If I run it, then see a tsconfig.json file has been created. Here are so many options that you can choose to be true or false. It depends on your use, how you are trying to use TypeScript. And so whatever you feel nice, you can um, remove the comment and let it be true or false. It's completely up to you. There are so many features. I don't know every feature, but I know some features that I'm going to use for now. Like the first feature that I'm really going to use is the out directory, and the uh, there are basically two things, out dr, and what one is out dr and one is root dr. Basically these are the two things that I'm going to use. So let me tell you how. Like, the root directory is where your TypeScript code should be present. Like, if I create a src folder here, in the src folder, basically usually what happens in code bases, in the src folder the TypeScript code is present. Because why? You have to understand how TypeScript runs for this. Basically TypeScript is not in itself a language. TypeScript is basically an extension of JavaScript. So when you try to run TypeScript, it won't run. It will basically whatever you write in TypeScript, whatever code you write in TypeScript, it will convert the code into JavaScript. Because as I said that TypeScript is an extension of JavaScript. So TypeScript is not a new language. It will just convert the TypeScript code into JavaScript. JavaScript. Okay, and then this JavaScript code will be executed by your Node.js or the browser, burn, whatever you say, where the JavaScript code runs, it will be executed. So you have to understand the TypeScript code will get converted to JavaScript. So that's why we are creating two folders in our code base. The first folder is the src folder. In src folder, we are going to keep our TypeScript code base, and the other folder we are going to create, not here, but in the root directory, dist. It basically, you can call dist or you can call build, whatever name you prefer, like dist. And in the dist folder you are going to keep your JavaScript code, because TypeScript is gonna get converted into JavaScript. So the JavaScript code base will get stored in the dist folder. So that's why we are going to use the root directory and the out directory. In root directory, I'm gonna set this to src. Root directory means where your TypeScript code is present, and the out directory here, probably where it went. I guess I've lost it. No, I don't think. Okay, yeah, here it is. So in the out directory, there will be the JavaScript code. Where do you want to put your JavaScript code? In the dist folder. So in the dist. So this way I have did what I had to do at first. Then the TypeScript code um, will be converted to JavaScript, and it will be stored in the dist folder, because you don't really want to mess up the code, mess up the file system or the folder. Because for your one TypeScript file, if you compile it, then it will create a new JavaScript file of the same name. Then it will gonna store in the src folder that you do not want. So that's why you create a new folder. Okay, so this way we are gonna set up the TypeScript thing, and then we're gonna install, I mean, node package manager, so we can install express and whatever nodemon whatever, whatever we want for our use. So npm, if you do npm init, then it will create a, oh, is there something npm, did I just do? Okay, okay, npm init. Yes. I don't really want to do this. Npm init, why? You know Node, right? If I just do npm init, then I have to put all the name and the version and all the things manually. So I just really prefer npm init. That's why it's just gonna put default value in the package.json file and create it, so I don't have to put it manually, like the name and such. So we have done whatever we had to do, and then we can start writing our TypeScript code. If we want, like, English is not my first language, so pardon me for this. I'm really trying to speak in a way so you guys can understand, or also I can learn to speak. Okay, so first of all, let me give you a simple code base. Let me create a simple file index.ts where we're gonna write TypeScript code index.ts. So as I said now that TypeScript is basically an extension of JavaScript. So you can write JavaScript in the TS folder and it will run just fine, because TypeScript is JavaScript basically with extended features. So if I just write here console.log hello world, it will run as usual as it runs. And now if I try to run this now, then what will happen that the index.ts file will not run. It will first converts this code into JavaScript that will be stored here. Then the JavaScript code will run. Alright, so this is what's going to happen. Okay, let me tell you how you can compile this code into JavaScript. Open the terminal, put this command tsc command b. This means that compile my TypeScript code whatever is present in the folder. If you run this command, then basically your TypeScript code gonna get converted to JavaScript. If I run this, see, in the dist folder there is a index.js file, because we have made index.ts file. The index.ts file got converted to index.js. The index.js is JavaScript basically, but it is made for the compiler. It is not made for us. It is for compiler to understand the TypeScript code. So if we want to run this, we have to run the JavaScript code, not the TypeScript code. How? In the node as we run it. But first, as the index.js file is present in the dist folder, so we have to create, we have to change directly to the dist folder. Then we can node index.js. See, hello world as it is saying. So this way we can run our TypeScript code. As you will understand that we have some extensions and all, so we do not have to convert the TypeScript code to JavaScript again and again, but you get the idea how TypeScript basically works. It gets converted to JavaScript and then the JavaScript runs. I don't know if you guys have any other question, feel free to ask. Oh, thanks. Anyways, I'm still in the call. Please do not cut it. Last time what happened that I was taking the class and the call abruptly ended. So yes, whatever we can do. And now we can start learning TypeScript. Basically, this was everything we needed to set up the TypeScript, environment or such. Although I'm not sure there's environment and anything. Oh, it's okay, okay. There's nothing. Let's switch to okay, TypeScript introduction. What is TypeScript? Syntactic superset of JavaScript. Static typing. As you know, there are two types of typing, like static typing or dynamic typing. In dynamic typing, what happens that the variables get their types defined during the runtime. If you create a variable, then assign a string to it, and then you reassign it to a number, then JavaScript will run that code and reassign the number during runtime. It will not check the type or anything, so it gets really messed up to debug your code if you are working with a larger code base. So that's why TypeScript is beneficial to use. Why should I use TypeScript? JavaScript is loosely typed language. It can be difficult to understand what types of data are being passed around in JavaScript. Obviously you don't know the type, right? So it really gets overwhelming for us or for developers to understand. Okay. How do I use TypeScript? A common way to use TypeScript is to use the official TypeScript compiler as we installed it. Okay, this TypeScript allows developers to add type safety. Obviously, you know now that that's why TypeScript is created as the first place. So we can assign types to the variables we declare. So the variables do not get reassigned to different types during the runtime. So the developers can understand what is the type of variable and how we can, you know, deal with the variable and apply operations or methods on it. So that's why. Okay. Installing the compiler. So this way you can also install, like, create a new folder, then npm install TypeScript save dev. This way you are gonna install TypeScript only in that particular folder if you run this command. And whenever you try to um compile the TypeScript code, then you have to use the npx. Npx stands for like node package executable. Is like npm, but as a bit of like, uh, how do I say, like just a extended version. Okay, then npx tsc init as we did. So it created a tsconfig.json file where we made some changes as we needed. Okay, let me pick the call. My brother is calling. Hello. हाँ बोल. क्लास. वही टाइपस्क्रिप्ट. ठीक है, कर देता हूँ. ओके. ओके ठीक है, कर देता हूँ. ओके ओके. हम्म. ठीक ठीक. हम्म. ओके. Just wait a minute. I got a simple work to do. Let me recharge for someone. Anyways, for now, so as we created a tsconfig.json file, then that's it. We can do next. So there are simple primitive types, non-primitive types, but for now, you understand that there are few primitive types in TypeScript, like boolean, number, string. Also, these are like big int and symbol. They are not particularly are the most common used ones, but they are also there. So how can you assign types in TypeScript? That's why the language was introduced, right? So how should we do it? Like, how should we give types to variables or functions or whatever we decide, so we can fully have the feature of TypeScript? So there are two ways of, you know, assigning types. Like the first is explicit and the um, second is implicit. So explicitly means that you have to write types by yourself. Like if I create a variable first name, then I am explicitly defining the type to string, and I am giving here a string. So this way you can give explicitly first name is what, string, number, boolean or what, then you give the type here. So this is the syntax, column and then the type. And this is called implicit. Implicit means that if you write this code and do not explicitly tell TypeScript that you are uh, passing a string to this variable, then what happens is TypeScript has type inference built in. Uh, by this way, TypeScript actually not understands, but TypeScript automatically detects that what type of, I mean, what type your variable is storing. So if you are giving here string, then it will automatically, TypeScript will automatically, I mean, understand that Well, the first name is of type string. So this is called type inferencing in JavaScript. So there you can see that if I try to do this, like if I'm first creating if I'm giving a string and then try to reassign to it a number, then it will give an error. It will say that uh, first name is not assignable to number because you have told it that it is a string, so you cannot assign number to it. Okay, 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 okay. Okay, there's nothing. I guess we should move on. Let me do the work first. I just forgot. Mm, okay, TypeScript, there are special types like any type. Okay. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Okay. I am too broke now. My wallet is declining. What should I do? Let me change to other bank. I don't even have 29 rupees. How broke I am. I'm just too broke. Nice. Nice. Hmm. It's kind of funny. Okay. Please don't fail it. Otherwise, I'm doomed. It's happening, right? Okay. Yep. Done. Anyways, now we can continue whatever we were doing. Okay. So there is also an any type. Any type means that if you give any type to a variable, then it means that the type should be any. Like could be any. Like you could reassign number and all. Okay, so it is life. Perfect. So it could be number, it could be a string, it could be an array or anything, like anything. So what you have to do, like please don't use any. Like whenever you are like doing something or declaring a variable, do not give it a type any, because it will create much problems in the future if you give any type. So avoid it. As they said, it should be avoided at any cost. Avoid using any at any cost. Nice. And there is also an unknown type. You can use unknown type, because if you use unknown, then it will tell TypeScript that the type of this variable is unknown. So then you can assign it to a string, and then if you try to reassign it to a different one, then it will give an error. Yes. Yep, that's what it happens. Hmm. Okay, perfect. Let's switch. Okay, never. I don't know. Never is just always gives error whenever it is defined. I don't think it's used. Oh yeah, never is rarely used. Hmm. Undefined, yes. Undefined and null are types that refer to JavaScript primitives, undefined and null respectively. Undefined. Okay, jet null, null. So okay, I don't know where should I use them, but probably in the null checks or something. Maybe later on, if I ever get to use null checks and all, then I'm probably gonna use the null type. Obviously, in the big code bases, there would be null checks. Okay, and next, arrays. So there is something good with arrays. Like in JavaScript, you can pass anything. Like the first should be string, then should be number. Like anything. Like if I give an example here, Like in index.ts file na, you cannot really, like if I create here a JavaScript file, mm, array.js, then if I tried using some arrays, like let array is equal to, and if I try, like first I give a string, like string, then I can also then give it a number. Like see how cool is it, like I can also give 2, then I could also give a false. I mean, you are getting it right, that I can store different data types in a single array. And this is feature of JavaScript, as in different languages, as in typescript languages like C and C++, this thing is not usually permitted, but obviously JavaScript does. JavaScript is different. Anyways, so yeah, this thing can be done here. And what else? But if I try to do the same now in TypeScript, and then it will not work. It will give an error that, first of all, this is not the syntax to use here, that it will probably give an error. See, give an error. Give an error. Please give error. If I what if I try to console.log it? Will it happen or not? I don't see any error. Then I guess it will probably work. Maybe it will probably work, I guess. If I try to run it, what will happen? Like just cd into back, then if I try to run it, what will happen? tscp. Okay, so here it's gonna create an array.js. Oh, this mm, okay, so now I can run node index.js, right? Then I have to again change the folder. Although you could do this in a big code base, like creating a src and dist, but for now I should have kept all of these in a single folder, so I did not have to like change the folders again and again. So it's, dist, and then if I try to like node index.js, then wow, nice spelling of node. Okay, string to false, so it's happening. So we can use arrays like this. Oh yeah, so as I said, like TypeScript is basically JavaScript, so it could obviously do this. But the problem is you are not using TypeScript. We are then using JavaScript. So what we have to do? We have to use this type of syntax, like names is equal to, we have to then give it as a string, then all right, nice syntax. So I have learned that yes, we can do it. Anyways, this read only keyword, I mean, if you don't want that your things should be added like by push or some other methods, then you should use read only makes the array or object only readable and not editable, if that's even a word. uh, yeah, probably cost numbers 1 to 3 inferred to type number. Yes, it is inferred to type number. I don't know. Let's move on. TypeScript tuples. Okay, tuples. See, I'm not really a master in TypeScript. I'm still learning it, and I wish I could learn it more if I try to choose a org in GSOC that is in TypeScript. But choosing a org in TypeScript is like stepping on an active volcano. Like the competition there is intense. Most of the people coming from JavaScript background goes to the orgs like Rocket Chat and all, where the code base is in TypeScript, and TypeScript is like the most popular language. So I that's why I try to avoid TypeScript based code bases, but still I'm learning it. If I have to, then I have to be ready. Anyways, then a tuple is basically a typed array. So typed array means that you define the type, that the first should be number, the second should be boolean, third should be string. Then we can, what we can do, then we can then store any value, like, then this way the type gets explicitly defined for the array, so it gets easier to understand, and you can use type safety of. But what you will have to matter that the order, like if you give the first number type, then you have to store number here. Other, and if you try to do something else here, then it will give an error. So that's the only thing you have to keep in mind. So yeah, that's why they are saying this. A read only tuple, if you add read only, like if you add read only before the type, then you cannot really push or pull. I mean, whatever you are, you cannot add anything to the array from outside using external JavaScript. You can change from here, but you cannot change it from like other lines of code down there. So that's why the read only is a good thing. And there's also a thing like destructuring array and all, but I don't know, I need to destructure it right now. And yes, you can also like, if you are creating an array, you can give them an variable name or something like x and y. So the first would be x and the second would be y, like you are creating a array of variables. So this way you can destructuring tuples. Well, we can destructure it. I mean, if we are like giving types on both, and then we are assigning x comma y to graph, then what it will does that it will destructure it and apply, and not apply, but it will give 50.2 value to x and 41.3 value to y. If I try to console.log it, it will probably work. If I see this, it will work definitely. Okay, no, I'm just gonna stick with the array, and okay, cd back, and here we're gonna paste the code. And what happens is type annotations can only be used in TypeScript. Why not then rename this to TypeScript? We don't have any problems. TS, yes, let's go. So TS, right? TS. So what if we try to console.log it? Console.log graph, it will probably console.log x, console.log x and y. Okay, so that's the thing I need to learn how to pass. Probably some commas or something. I forgot. How to use console.log for multiple variables separated by comma, right? They are separated by comma, yes. This way is it can also be done, or yeah, comma would be fine. Comma would be just fine. Comma would be fine. Comma would be fine. Then just do tsc/b, then it will give array.js file. Then I have to like go change directory again to dist. Like I'm just really getting mad for this array like js. Okay, so x is 50.2, and yeah, that works. Basically you are destructuring the array and then assigning the values to. Okay, destructuring, check it out here, maybe later. Let's go. TS object types. There are types in object. TypeScript has specific syntax for typing objects. Okay. So first we are like creating car, then we are giving it type. Okay, the first object. So okay, the first key pair should have string, model, year, or whatever. Hmm. Okay, so you have to define the type at first. Understood? So yeah. So as we did in the tuple, you have to do in the object as well. So you can define the type that what you are storing in the methods or key pairs. So you have to define them explicitly. The type is string, model is string, year is number. Object like this can also be written separately and even can be reused. Look at interfaces. Okay, we are going to interfaces. Type inference. Okay, yeah. Type inference, as we've seen, TypeScript can infer the types of properties based on their values. Yeah, as it happens now that whenever you assign something to a variable, then TypeScript automatically understands the type of the variable. Okay, there are optional properties, like if we do not add the method in the object, we can keep the type optional here, but this is not the optional syntax. You have to use a, yes, you have to use a question mark here. So this is not basically, you know, I mean compulsory to type here. Like you don't have to add the method or the key pair of mileage. I mean mileage is optional, so you can push it later although. But if you like add read only here, then it would probably not work. So that's why we use read only. Image map. Okay, index signatures. What are index signatures? Let me understand it first. Index signatures can be used for objects without a defined list of properties. Okay, like without a defined list of properties. Oh, okay. Index signatures can be used for objects without a defined list of properties. I mean, no error, but the error type string is not assignable to type number. Mm, okay. Index signatures like this one can also be expressed with utility types like this. Learn more about utility types. Okay, we are gonna learn it. So what I get that if you are creating an object which has no methods or like properties, you don't need, but you can create an index signature that whatever value you can give that that all the properties should have the value of number. It could not be string as it is doing here. All right, got it. And the correct types: Toyota Corolla, string number. Okay, enums. An enum is a special class that represents a group of constant, unchangeable variables. All right, enums come in two flavors: string and numeric. Let's start with numeric enums. By default, enums will initialize the first value to 0 and 1 to each additional value. All right, then if cardinal direction north, east, south, west, like this is an enum. Okay, just separated by commas. And how can we use enums? Okay, let current direction is equal to cardinal directions dot north. Okay, so I got it. Like we create a list that we can use later simply with the name dot the whatever in the list that we want to use. Probably it helps in structuring the code. Like if you want to create a list or something, then you can use it later. I guess that's why enums are used for. Although enums was a concept in C, but I did not give it too attention to learn. All right, I would learn it later. if I have the need. Okay, okay, okay. Console.log cardinal direction north. Numeric enums fully initialized. You can assign unique numbers values for each enum value. Then the value is okay. Numeric enums. You can assign unique number values for each enum value. Then the values will not be incremented. Okay. You can set the value of the first numeric enum and have it auto increment from that. It means that the first value would have zero index. I guess this is index, right? You know, so initialize the first value to zero, and I mean 1, 2, 3, like indexing. Okay, cardinal directions and all, whatever. Uh, North, south. Okay, I gotta see it. Like north is 1 and south is 4. How? 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, I get it. So basically, whatever you decide, if you don't explicitly give it a number to increment, it will just increment from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. If you give it 404, and then 404, 200, 200 to 400, and you can assign unique number values for each enum value, then the values will not incremented automatically. Okay, this makes sense. This is more likely an object, I guess. Yeah, enums are, I don't know, enums are something like a cool concept as I'm seeing. Enums can also contain strings. This is more common than numeric enums because of their readability and intent. Okay, enums can also contain strings. So what is the difference between enums and, yeah, the enums and objects? I'm not seeing any. Technically, you can mix match strings and numeric. Well, let me just search it in the chat GPT that what is the difference between objects and enums. Difference between enums and objects. I'm typing with one hand. I gotta get a chair, otherwise it's really hard for me to type with two hands. Enums and objects. Okay. Oh shit. Enums and objects in JavaScript have different purposes and use cases. Used for defining a fixed set of named constants. Used for storing key value pairs or structured data. Okay. Usually immutable. Okay, immutable. I mean, immutable means it can be changed. Mutable means can be changed. Immutable means cannot be changed. Oh yeah. All right. Or represents a predefined set of values. Yeah, true. Can store various types of values, including functions. Okay, that also makes sense. Useful for defining categories, models for options like user roles, days of week. Yeah, I guessed so at the first place. To structure something, or used for general purpose data storage. Okay, require object dot values or object dot keys. Okay, are the methods built in or something? Object dot values can be used for in object entries. Okay, we'll go to enums and learn of more. Enums are not a native JavaScript feature but can be simulated using JavaScript. And okay, I get it for the amount I needed to get. I got the idea. Okay, got the idea. My enum here, whatever. I hadn't do anything. It's just TG. Let's go, whatever you have to do. I don't know. Nobody would be here anyways. Yeah. Who cares? Type, aliases, and interfaces. So here we come with the cool concepts. I have to learn them, like allows types to be defined separately from the variables that use them, right? Aliases and interfaces allow types to be easily shared between different variable objects. Okay, there's something that I need to understand right now. Allows types to be defined separately from the variables that use them. Yeah. Aliases and interfaces allows types to be easily shared between different variable objects. Types to be shared, okay? Type aliases allow defining types with a custom name and alias. Okay, type aliases can be used for primitive like string or more complex types such as objects and arrays. Like if we are trying to type carrier, type carrier number, car type string, car model string, type car is equal to year carrier type car type model car model. Hmm. Let me understand it. Type aliases allow defining types with a custom names. Okay. Oh, getting it. I mean, car year is number, car type is string. I mean, we can give car year simply number. I mean, car year is number, something like this, right? Allow defining types with a custom name. I mean, we instead of using number, we use car year. Okay, that makes sense. Type aliases can be used for primitive like string or more complex types such as objects and arrays. Used for primitives like string or more complex types such as objects and arrays. Let's see number string. And then year is basically car year, I mean number. Type is basically car type, basically that is string. Model is equal to car model. Oh yeah, I got it. How we should do it. In car, we also use an car object. Okay, I got it. I got it. Carrier, carrier type is carrier. Carrier means number. Okay, const car type is equal to car type. Got it. Got it. Hmm. Car is car. Car is car. Car. I mean, car is an object, right? So basically, instead of writing object, you are writing car. That would be the same in aliases. And you are giving them numbers like year. Yeah, this is the same thing here. Okay, I got aliases. Then interfaces are similar to type aliases except they only apply to object types. Got it? Like interface rectangle and height number, width number. Then cost rectangle. Okay, so this is something like we create a structure beforehand of objects. Like the first thing should be number, height should be number, width should be number, and what we are doing that we are interfacing it. I mean giving the name rectangle. Like if we ever give a type rectangle to any variable or an object, then what it will happen that it will have the same structure, otherwise it will give error. Okay, that makes pretty sense. Okay, okay, got it, got it. Extending interfaces. Interfaces can extend each other's definition. Extending an interface means you are creating a new interface. I mean, there could be interfaces inside interfaces, right? Like I am saying like this. Okay, extending an interface means you are creating a new interface with the same properties as the original plus something new. Hmm. Okay, something. What could be this? Hmm. You are creating a new interface, extending an interface. Like here the rectangle has two things, then colored rectangle extends rectangle, color string. Okay, then we can add like new things. Okay. Oh, got it. I mean it's like push or something. But if we are extending rectangle to colored rectangle, then we are adding new to rectangle, and then the rectangle turns into colored rectangle. Then we don't have to use rectangle keyword or structure, then we should use colored rectangle. Okay, I got it. I mean we can have multiple interfaces. Got it, got it, got it. Create a type alias for a string type, car type, and then string. Yeah. Got it. And then there are union types. What are union types? Union types are used when a value can be more than a single type, such as when a property would be string or number. Union types are used when a value can be more than a single type. Okay, so, oh yeah, I mean, I got it. So this is something like or. I mean, if the print status codes can have two values, either it could be string, either it could be number. So you are definitely, this line means or. I mean, it could be two types like string or number. Getting it. Okay, okay, I got it. I mean, it could print number as well, and it could accept string as well. Union type errors, not, you need to know what your type is when union types are being used to avoid type errors. Yeah, obviously, if you don't know that what types you are, what multiple types you are accepting, you cannot really use like string or number. So yeah, that makes sense. In our example, we are having an issue invoking to uppercase as it's a string method and number does not have access to it. Yeah, 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 I got it. Yeah. Not, you need to know what your type is when union types are being used to avoid type errors. We're having an issue invoking to uppercase as it's a string method. Number does not have access to it. ठीक है, समझ गया. Let's see. Hmm. Oh yeah, got it. I might not got it. Print status code string or number, but there is string or, right? So oh yeah, there is also a number type, so it might be dot to uppercase will not work. But what if we give it a string? Hmm. Okay, okay. Hmm. As it could be object, it could be object. Why not? Dot to upper string working, string working in TypeScript. Yep, yep. Mhm. In TypeScript, the error occurs because code is the type of string or number, meaning it could be either a string or a number. The method exists only on string, not a number. So TypeScript prevents you from calling it directly on a union type without first ensuring the code is actually a string. Okay, got it. Got it. I got it. That means if you are trying to use a method that is only limited to a specific data type like string, you cannot use it on a union types. Like you have to keep it string only, so you can use like dot to uppercase. So that is the main thing what I'm getting from it. Let me say, like, there's no one here, right? Okay, perfect. I have to keep visiting it time to time, otherwise I might get logged out. Anyways, who cares? Just okay. So TypeScript functions. Now TypeScript has a specific syntax for typing function parameters and return values. Obviously there are some parameters that we are going to give, so we have to give types to the parameters and also type to the output that we are receiving. Okay, it makes sense. If no return type is defined, TypeScript will attempt to infer Obviously, TypeScript has inbuilt info through the types of the variables or expression return. Void return type. Void means the function is not returning any data type. Alright, got it. Let me have a biscuit. I'm getting hungry. Uh, oh my god, biscuit is khatam, I guess. Only two. Oh shit. Oh shit. Shit. I only have two biscuits. All right. The only problem is that I am very sad. My biscuits ended. I have to buy more, but it's really already late and the shops will be closed by now. So I guess tomorrow is the only hope. So sad, bye. So sad. Very sad. Anyways, so void return type. Yes, when the function is not returning any value, then void understandable parameters. Okay, so this way, if you are giving it parameters like a or b, then you have to give types. A is the type of number, b is the type of number. Return. If no parameter type, but if you want to give like what is the output type, then you should probably you should probably write here na like mm, like that age number, and obviously that if you are add a and b, no, multiply a and b, then it will also be a numbers. But still, if you want to explicitly define, then this and then add number. So this way we can understand that the output that the function is giving is also a number if we try to explicitly define it. Okay, got it. hmm. If no parameter type is defined, TypeScript will default to using any. Obviously, because if you do not use a type here, TypeScript will automatically assume that the a can be of any type, number, string, until or unless you send it. Like if you are send string, then it will inference that a would be string, and you cannot reassign it to a different data type like number or boolean and such. Hmm. Optional parameters just with a question mark, that a, b, c or 0. Yeah, I mean until or unless c could be provided, but if c is not provided, then 0. I understood. Or 0. I mean if they provide c, then add c, otherwise add 0. Okay, I guess the logic it you just have to use a question sign for optional parameters that are not really compulsory to use as an argument in a function. For parameters with default values, okay, I can have default values in the parameters, and it will just do whatever it is supposed to do. Oh yeah. Double means power. So 10 power 10. Power 10. Oh yeah, 10 power 10 is basically 10 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 zeros. Yes. 1 zero for here and 10 zeros for here. Got it, got it. I am goddamn intelligent. No problem. Okay, named parameters can be different. Like if I function divide and then dividend divisor. Named parameters. Named parameters means something like alias that we beforehand divided and divisor like an object. Rest parameters and also thing. Dividend is number, divisor is number. Then return dividend by divisor. Nice. Let me see what happens. Oh, dividend 10, divide dividend 10, divisor 2. Dividend divisor. Okay. Dividend divisor. Otherwise, what if I just simply don't use it? Like if I just don't use that part, what will happen? Most probably nothing will happen. I don't have to use this. What if I do this? 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 Nothing will happen. Like I then have to like. Okay, so I guess this will work probably the same. This will work probably the same, right? Or not? Hmm. hmm. Okay, there's error where comma is required. Comma is required where? TS1005. I haven't removed the second curly bracket. I guess it will work just fine this time. It will probably. Yep, it's working. So if we want to have like here some named parameters, like the dividend should be 10, divisor should be 2, then we could use the structure and the name. Okay, now I get it. If I refresh it, like that's what, like dividend divisor, we have first like defined the name in a structure and then gave them types. Dividend gonna be number, divisor gonna be number, and then we have to like specify a name. What if I don't specify? Would it still work or not? I don't know. It will work probably. It won't work, right? Expected one, expected one arguments, but got two. How? There is two argument like dividend and divisor. Maybe. What if I just give one argument? Will it work? Not work probably. I'm just messing around and trying to, experiment things. It will probably give an error again with something different. Okay, error. Argument of type number is not assignable to parameter. Anyways, we know that is not going to happen. It is just giving numbers. So this is the, if you want to use named parameters, what are the rest parameters? Rest parameters can be typed like normal parameters, but the type must be an array. Okay, the type must be an array, as rest parameters are always arrays. A numbers, B numbers. Rest Ah, I mean, I am slowly getting it. It means that A is a number, B is a number, and rest, whatever you provide, they are also going to be numbers. Hmm, nice, nice. That's pretty cool. Try it yourself. Whatever. Yeah, at 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. So the first is number, B is number. Then whatever, how many you provide, then they're gonna be numbers. Plus rest dot reduce. Okay, so this is a method on rest parameter. Rest dot reduce P comma C. Then add P plus C 0. Reduce means breaking each and every other, like probably like this. This is some methods built in arrays, right? I have to understand it a bit so I can get it. Let me copy the code. um, Messed up, messed up, messed up, messed up. Okay, so here are two things that I'm not understanding. The first of all, what the return logic is explain. Hmm. Okay. A number, B number, number, rest parameter that collects additional arguments into an array. Got it. A, B, test reduce, P comma C, P into C. I guess this will work just fine, but what, I have to understand it somehow. Additional arguments into an array. Okay, that's all I know. Return statement breakdown. This is the thing that I really wanted to look at. As the first two numbers, okay. Rest reduce uses dot reduce to sum up all elements in rest starting from 0. Oh, got it. So reduce is basically a method on rest. The first thing it takes is an callback function. The callback function adds the elements. And what is the index? 0. No, I mean previous sum starts at 0. A is each number. See, current element is each number. The final is 0 the index. Is 0 the index. 0 the index. No, probably. I yeah. The 0 is the end. Is the initial value of the accumulator P, not an index. So yeah. Okay. Accumulator. I mean syntax of dot reduce. Accumulator and current value. Array dot reduce. Oh yeah. Reduce method I haven't like studied yet. I should. Okay. Okay, let me learn it. Rest dot reduce. First of all, is rest an function or method or what? I don't know. This is not a function or a method. It is a rest parameter that collects multiple arguments. What is a parameter? What is a parameter? I guess I have to. What is basically a parameter? What is a parameter basically? Okay, let me see what is a parameter basically. Please, master, tell me. Parameter is a placeholder in a function definition that allows you to rest parameter. I mean, whatever the parameter are, the rest parameters, I mean whatever the parameter are after that. Oh, got it. So yes, I got it. Is rest is an parameter. Rest is an parameter. Basically, this parameter uses to collect all the other elements, all the other parameters that are passed into. Okay, so this reduce, rest dot reduce. I mean rest dot reduce and method, right? I have zero index rest dot reduce each reduce method of a parameter. Rest dot reduce is calling the reduce method of the rest parameter, but let's clarify how it works. So return a plus b plus rest dot reduce p 7 rest is a rest parameter that collects. Okay, I got it. Since rest is an array, it has access to array methods. Okay, so basically, dot reduce is an array method. Now I got it. As the rest parameter is an array, so it has the like got it. Reduce map filter. I have understood. Can you explain a bit of reduce? Can you explain a bit of explain bit of about dot reduce syntax and what it does. I have to improve my typing speed, otherwise I'm too slow. What is dot reduce? Dot reduce is an array method that reduces an array to a single value like a sum, product, or even an object. Okay, it iterates through the array and keeps accumulating a value based on a callback function. Oh, reduces an array to a single value. Okay, it iterates through the array and keeps accumulating a value. Oh, got it. Accumulator, current value, index, array. Okay, so there are four things. Logic to update accumulator, the initial value, accumulator, current value, stores the accumulated result. Okay, is there something accumulated result that is being stored in a plus b plus rest dot reduce method? Then there is a callback function. The callback function is taking two arguments. Start reduce p dot c. Yes, I am staying the call. Previously this would have probably happened that I was inactive for a longer period of time, then just they kicked me out. Probably. Anyways, if no one is there, why should I bother keeping this one? I don't think. Anyways, I'm not wasting your resources, Google. Thank me later. Bye bye. No, who cares? Anyways, let me see if there's. Okay, I got it logic. And there's type alias. What is type alias? Function types can be specified separately from function with type aliases. These types are written similarly to arrow functions. Arrow function I know. Okay, there is something about type aliases that I need to know. Hmm. TS null, Typescript. Okay, I'd finish it. I would finish it and then I will go to anywhere else. I don't know how much time it takes. Function types can be specified separately from functions. Oh, yeah. Like alias I did like differently. Like type negate is equal to value number. This is a function simply arrow. Type negate is equal to basically in this function the parameter value automatically gets assigned the type number from the type negate. So const negate function h negate. So if I pass a parameter value, then as here negate as negate type is where the function has value number, I mean the parameter is of number, and the output it's giving is the type of number also. So what happens is that if I'm passing the value and not giving it any uh, types explicitly, but I'm giving it the type negate, and I have already defined negate to be type like this, where value is of type number and output is also of type number. So it would give the value type number and the value multiplied by -1 also the type of number. Yeah, got it. So this is called type alias, right? Yeah, got it. Types is casting. Okay, there are times when working with types where it's necessary to override the type of a variable, such as when incorrect types are provided by a library. Casting is the process of overriding a type. Hmm, that's something I need to understand now. Okay, there are times when working with types where it's necessary to override the types of a variable, such as when incorrect types are provided by a library. Mm, Casting is the process of overriding a type. Okay, let me see. There are times when working with types. Yeah, it happens, such as when incorrect types are provided by a library. Casting is the process of overriding a type. Okay, so if I'm giving unknown type to hello, and then a straightforward way to cast a variable is using as keyword, which will directly change the type of the given variable. Okay, I got it. Like if we previously give variable a different time, then we want to change it, we can use as. Like we have first given a type in unknown to hello, although it is a string. Then what we are doing in the console.log, we are changing it to string. How? Using the as keyword. As keyword what makes x as string, I mean it's gonna override the type unknown to string, and then we can use the length method that is made for string only. Got it? Casting does not actually change the type of the data within the variable. For example, the following code will not work as expectation. The variable x is still holds a number. Oh yeah, got it. Since numbers don't have length. Yeah, although if you give different data type and try to forcefully change it to a different data type and try to use some methods, then that's probably not gonna work. It's logical. TypeScript will still attempt to type check cars to prevent casts that don't seem correct. For example, the following will throw a type error since TypeScript knows casting a string to a number does not make sense without converting the data. For a string dot length, there are conversion of type number to type string. Well, TypeScript is not dumb, unlike you. Okay. Console.log for a string dot length. Okay. Casting with using this works the same as casting at edge. I mean cast string my I mean do my change x to string type. The type of casting will not work with tsx. So yeah, this type of cast. So I guess then we have to use as. To override type errors that TypeScript may throw when casting, you first cast to unknown, then to the largest type. Console.log x as unknown as number. X is not okay, so we can bypass. I mean, TypeScript is not that smart though. Like we have given it a hello, and then we are, if we directly, okay, if we are giving x is not actually a number, so it will not return its length, although it was fine before. To override type errors, the TypeScript may throw when casting. First cast to unknown, then okay. So this is the bypass of security of TypeScript. First cast to unknown, then to something. Then TypeScript will not throw an error. It will just return undefined. I cannot do it. I don't know why. My system crashed. Okay, got it. Then there are TypeScript classes. TypeScript adds types and visibility modifiers to JavaScript classes. Learn more about JavaScript classes here. I need to learn JavaScript classes, although I haven't really learned JavaScript classes before. So let me see once. Uses the keyword class to create a class. Always add a method named constructor. Class name constructor. Always add a method named constructor. Do we need? Yeah, probably we definitely need. So in the class name, we probably need a constructor. To constructor, the constructor will have two arguments, name and year. Then this dot name, this dot year. The example above creates a class named car. The class has two initial properties, name and year. A JavaScript class is not an object, it is a template for JavaScript object. So basically, Dutch constructor creates an object. Am I correct? It is a template for JavaScript object. Let's see. When you have a class, you can use the class to create objects. Well, I am correct. Too intelligent, goddamn. Const my car one, new car, Ford 2014. Okay. Uh, the constructor method is called automatically when a new object is created. Got it. A new car. Const my car. When you have a class, you can use the class to create objects. Like where I have a class named car, the new car for 2014. Uh, okay, then I can use car to create an object, right? If I like for 2014, my car 2 dot name. Oh yeah, name and year, right? The first is the name and the 2014 is the year. Car dot my car 2, my car 1 and my car 2. My car 1 is basically an object. Why? Which kind of object? Like car, we have already constructed it. How should it look like? Class should have like this dot name is equal to name. I have to understand that this keyword as well, so I don't get confused here. Where is the this I have? Yes, this keyword. Okay, the JavaScript this keyword, basically what this does, just first name John, last name Doe, ID this, full name this, return this. Oh, full name is a function, return this dot first name and this dot last name. In JavaScript, the this keyword refers to an object. This keyword refers to different objects depending on how it is used. In an object method, this refers to an object alone. This refers to a global object. In function, this refers to the global object. Mm, this is not a variable. It is a keyword. You cannot change the value of this. This is a method. When used in an object method, this refers to the object. In the example of top of this page, this refers to the person object. Because the full name method is a method of the person object. Okay, got it. Mm. Full name function return this dot first name. When used alone, this refers to the global object because this is running in the global aspect. In a browser window, the global object is object window. Yeah, I've heard this somewhere. Strict mode, when used alone, this is also refers to the global object. This is a function default. So in object, we can use this to access like first name and such, right? Keyword refers to an object. This keyword refers to different objects depending on how it is used. In an object method, this refers to the object alone, global object. In a function, global object. Okay, in a strict mode, undefined. I have to learn strict mode also, but later. All right, what each thing I might learn it once. What bad in just reading once. Is strict mode. Just let me see. Use strict. Use strict defines that JavaScript code should be executed in strict mode. The use strict directive was new in ECMAScript version 5. It is not. Oh yeah, I mean the types वगैरह should remain the same, I guess. Clean the code like preventing from using undeclared variables. Just a string, so will throw an error even if it does not understand it. You can use strict mode in all your programs. It helps, right? Like preventing you from using undeclared. It's just a string, so yeah, Internet Explorer 9 will not throw an error even if it does not understand it. Internet Explorer bichara died. I really miss Internet Explorer, although I did not have a computer back then, but I still miss it. I don't know why. Okay, declining strict mode. Oh, I got it. Let okay. This dot first name. Oh, okay, I got it. Whatever. Let's go back. We'll go back. Okay, this is the classes that I was reading it back then. New dot car Ford. Use a class to create objects. Class and constructor. The constructor method is a special method. It has to have the exact name constructor. It has to have the exact name constructor, obviously. Like class car is constructor name here. Classes, inheritance, polymorphism. I have to learn these things. Probably I should. I guess I'm still learning it with the Java, so I just go into Java and learn these things. I don't know. I should not start like data structures and algorithm with JavaScript. Let's switch to Java. Uh, I will also contribute to Jenkins and we'll learn DS and algo. Oh yeah, let's go. Okay, I got it. Got it. TypeScript classes. Yeah, got it. Class person name string. Const person is equal to new person name Jane. The member of a class are typed using type annotations similar to variables. So class person name would be a string type, then const person is equal to, there would be some class constructor वगैरह. Person name Jen. Oh wow, nice. Got it. So person is of name string. So if I create a new person, obviously the person is like a method, or new is a method of creating a person, and person that name is Jen. Oh yeah, I got it. Hmm. I guess I have to learn a bit of JavaScript before getting into this class. I need to practice a little bit of JavaScript, then do this stuff. Probably that would be better. So right, I'll be switching to JavaScript later and try to understand it and then try to jump it. All right, for now today let इतना ही रहने देते हैं उसके बाद